That I didn't pay for either the down payment, the first month, or the second month. Her mother actually paid for all that.
And?
I think she's entitled to that, at least, you know, since...
You mean she's entitled to what the landlord owes her?
Altogether, probably, yes, because I didn't pay for anything, like she said, I mean...
I'm not interested in that, sir. Just let's understand that. I couldn't be less interested in what her mother put down, what she put down as a down payment. Those were their choices. Understanding that you had a drug problem, that you lost your job the first week that you moved into the apartment. What you should have done was to move out the first week that you moved into the apartment if you weren't resolving your drug problem. I'm not interested in what her mother did and what she did. I'm interested in what's owed the landlord. So if what's left on the lease is $5,437.17, you're responsible for half of that. But the check will go directly to the landlord. You have to cover the rest. $2,718. Check will be written to the landlord. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good. That's all. Thank you.
Pamela Beverly is suing the mother of her daughter's schoolmate, Rhonda Mayo, for medical bills and pain and suffering. Pamela claims 12-year-old Jessica Mayo injured her daughter at school.
Miss Beverly, this case really involves your daughter.
Yes, ma'am.
You weren't there when this incident happened, but it is your claim that the defendant's daughter injured your daughter. You want her to pay the medical bills.
Yes, ma'am.
But you weren't there. You don't know. Let's have the girls up and the mom seated, please. Tell me your name.
Crystal Beverly.
How old are you, Crystal?
13. Jessica Mayo, I'm 12 years old.
Okay, Crystal, why don't you tell me when this happened? What date?
I think March 27th.
Were you friends?
Yes.
How long have you been friends?
Since the first day of school.
So since September?
Yes.
And this was March, so you've been friends for a long time?
Yes, ma'am.
You like each other?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me what happened.
We were walking down to the bus for dismissal, and when we were stopping off the sidewalk, she had booty bumped me, and I fell.
Now, what is a booty bump?
It's when you bump somebody with your butt, you go like this.
Just like that?
Yes, if she did it harder, and then that caused me to fall.
Show me.
We were down from the sidewalk. She went like that, and I fell. And then she walked over to the sign that said Crittenton, and I laid there crying. And then one of my other friends came up to school and helped me get to the bus.
That's okay.
And you had to have surgery on your kneecap?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's hear your version of what happened.
We were coming down the stairs of the school in the afternoon. We were going to the bus stop. Then I gave her a booty bump, and we were still talking and laughing and walking. Then she tripped over her own footstep.
That's not true.
So you're telling me that you gave her a booty bump?
Yes.
You went like that?
Yes.
You weren't angry with her?
No.
And you continued to talk?
Yes, we were still talking and laughing and walking.
And it was later that she fell?
Yes, and she fell over her own foot.
Would you step up, please? Miss Beverly, I want you to tell me the exact conversation you had with your daughter when she got home.
It was on March the 24th, Your Honor, and she told me that they were walking to the bus stop and Jessica booty bumped her and she fell on her knee. I thought it was just a bad sprain, so I didn't take her to the emergency room until the day after.
You have the medical report, please?
Just the medical report.
What were your unreimbursed medical expenses?
It was $1,083.
All right, Miss Mayo, why don't you stand up with your daughter?
Your Honor, may I say something else?
Yes.
The day after I came from the emergency room, before I spoke to Miss Mayo, I spoke to Jessica to see where the story's the same. Jessica told me the exact same thing. She booty bumped Crystal and she fell and hurt her knee.
Is that right?
That's not true.
Okay. You have anything you want to say to me?
Yes, ma'am. When Jessica had told me that her and Crystal were playing at the bus stop and that Crystal had fallen, I said, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know how serious it was until after Mrs. Beverly spoke with me on the phone. And she did tell me that Jessica and Crystal were playing and Crystal fell.
Well, they were. You know, there's no question in my mind that your daughter did not intend to cause injury to her friend, right?
Right.
But sometimes when you fool around, that happens. I mean, there's no issue that your daughter did not intentionally harm Miss Mayo's little girl. But they were fooling around, and she gave her a
tap. Yes, a bump.
And she fell. And she didn't fall afterwards. She's making up. She fell then. She didn't mean to hurt her. It wasn't an intentional thing. It was, as Crystal said when she first started, an accident. That's the way you described it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because you lost your balance when she gave you that push,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Okay. That, Miss Mayo, suggests to me that you should be more than willing to contribute to the unreimbursed medical expenses that your daughter's fooling around caused. Because but for the fact that she gave her a nudge, she would not have tripped and fallen, and she would not have had this injury. Certainly, you are not entitled to pain and suffering, Miss Beverly, from the defendant, because I don't believe that this was an intentional act. I think that these two young girls were friends. I believe that in all probability, your daughter has done this booty bumping ever to other people.
Yes, ma'am.
Fortunately, nobody got hurt. Do you understand, Miss Beverly?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,083. Thank you.
Marcia Lambert claims her mother's neighbor, Tammy Kedward, owes for spray painting vulgarities onto her car and punching her in the face. Tammy claims Marcia was sleeping with her husband. She is countersuing for emotional distress.
Miss Lambert, you were having a romantic relationship with the defendant's husband.
Yes, Your Honor.
I assume this was the husband.
Yes, Your Honor.
This was about a year ago.
A little over a year, yes, ma'am.
Miss Kedward lost it with you one day, came to where you were staying, and assaulted you.
Yes, Your Honor.
She admits that she assaulted you. She also admits that she pled guilty to a simple assault, and she received a fine. Her defense to your action for damages for both your medical bills and your pain and suffering is that you weren't injured. She is counterclaiming for her medical bills, she says, because you've caused her a lot of stress. When did you meet Miss Kedward's husband?
About July 9th of 2005
Where?
at my mother's house.
What relationship does he have with your mother?
They're the next-door neighbors to my mom.
Were they both living together at the time?
Yes, they were.
Well, when did you start a relationship with Mr. Kedward?
After he told me that he had asked Tammy for a divorce.
But they were still together.
Sort of, kind of.
They were still living under
They
the
were
same
living,
roof.
yes.
Big mistake on your part. Big. When did you start the relationship?
What exact date
Yeah.
that it turned romantic?
Yes.
Was August 28th of 2005.
So it didn't take long. Now, when did Miss Kedward assault you?
On August 31st.
Tell me about it.
I was over visiting my mother. My car was parked in the back driveway. She came over and spray painted my car with some obscenities and bright orange paint. I saw her do it. We went back inside to call the police. She knocked on the front door, asked me to come outside. My mother came outside with me. She was yelling all kinds of profanities. And
That's not true.
And I was standing between her and my mother tried to explain some stuff to her, and I was looking at my mother. She reached over, grabbed the back of my hair, yanked, jumped on top of me, punched me. Blood went everywhere. Meanwhile,
Punched you where?
in the nose, and then punched me again in the cheek. Meanwhile, my mother managed to pull her off of me, and my 82-year-old grandmother was standing on the porch calling the police.
And you were arrested?
No.
Taken into custody?
No.
Did you press charges?
Yes, I did.
Okay, Miss Kedward. Why don't you tell me what happened on the 31st of August?
I drove up from work. I got out of the car, and she came out of her mother's house and said
That is a
something.
lie, Your Honor.
Listen to me. I cut her off when she interrupted you. Don't speak until she's finished. Go ahead.
I got out of the car, and she came out of the front door and said something that I didn't understand what it was that she said. Nevertheless, she said something. And I just went inside, and I called my husband, told my husband that she was saying something to me.
But you didn't know what?
I didn't know what. It was
Well,
something.
why would you, just a second, Miss Kedward, why would you call your husband if she said something that you didn't understand?
Because I had found out 3 days prior that there was something going on between them.
Okay, did you confront your husband with it?
Yes.
And what did he tell you?
He told me the truth. He told me that they were having a relationship, but that it was more as a friend relationship, that he didn't say that it was not intimate. He just told me that basically they had been doing a lot of talking on the phone.
So when you came home on the 31st and you claim Miss Lambert said something to you, called your husband, and your husband said what?
He said, look, I don't know what's going on. Why don't you just go over there and talk to her about it, and y'all figure it out, and then you call me.
Is that
and
what
tell
you
me
said
the
to her?
truth."
Why don't you just go over there and ask her? Just that's either a yes or no.
Yes.
That was the first time that I ever thought of going over there.
So Your cheating husband tells you to go over to the woman's house and to talk it out with her.
Yes.
And you'd listen to him.
Well, it's not that I listened to him. It's more that I thought, go over there. Sounds like a great idea. Why don't I just go over there and find out exactly what she said? And it was probably not the greatest decision in the world. But
Well, first thing that you did, you went over and you sprayed her car because that you paid for, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you painted her car before you went to ask her.
Correct.
What she had said that you didn't hear.
Right.
And then what happened?
I went over and
You sprayed her car.
I sprayed her car, went back inside and...
Back inside where?
My house.
What happened to speaking to her and about finding out what happened?
That was after.
So then you came out again, worked up a really good mad.
I was infuriated, to say the least.
Fine. So you came
I
out.
had asked her numerous times, very nicely, please leave my husband alone.
Why didn't you ask him?
I asked him.
So,
but
and
the
what did he
fact
say?
She was the instigator.
Stand up. How tall are you?
6'3",
How much do you weigh?
260,
What do you do for a living?
mechanic.
Strong?
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to the new vlog. तो कैसे आप सब ठीक ठाक है यार, आ चुके हैं हम एक और न्यू ब्लॉग के साथ। पूछा मैंने कुछ तो आई होप कि आप सब ने मुझे मिस किया होगा।
चुप कर बे कुत्ते।
ठीक है, लेकिन मैं वापस आ चुका हूँ भाई। पहले तो हमारा टाइम नहीं लगता था जॉब से, लेकिन अब हमने जॉब जो है वो छोड़ दिया भाई, ठीक हो गया। अब हम डेली ब्लॉगिंग करेंगे, रेगुलर लगातार डेली ब्लॉगिंग अब लाजमी किया करेंगे इंशाल्लाह। तो आज हमारे सारे बहुत सारे काम हैं, बाकी आधे तो कंप्लीट कर लिए, लेकिन हम शहर गए होते सुबह से, वो वहां पे तो मैंने ब्लॉग वगैरह नहीं बनाया था, लेकिन अभी आके घर मैंने आके ब्लॉग शुरू किया है। तो बाकी अभी शीट्स वगैरह लगनी है, और मतलब गाइस हम एक्चुअली अपना एक ऑफिस बना रहे हैं, ठीक है। तो वहां पे हम ऑनलाइन काम वगैरह किया करेंगे, जितने भी उसके काम है वो सारे हम किया करें लैपटॉप पे। मतलब उसके लिए हमें, आपको पता है, फिर लैपटॉप रखने के लिए उसकी एक शेल्फ होती है, वो लगानी है, ठीक हो गया। तो वो आज लगवाएंगे शेल्फ वगैरह, अभी भाई आ रहे हैं, ठीक है। शेल्फ जिन्होंने लगानी है, चीजें वगैरह हम शीट्स वगैरह उसकी ले आए थे काफी दिन पहले, जाके उसको कटवा लिया था हमने हिस्सों में। तो वो अभी भाई आ रहे हैं, वहां पे निशान वगैरह हमने दीवार के साथ लगा दिए हैं। तो वो अब जैसे आते हैं, ठीक है, तो शीट्स वगैरह लग जाएंगी, फिर मैं आप लोगों को दिखाता हूँ कि शीट्स फाइनल कैसी लग रही हैं। ओके हो गया।
A few moments later.
तो गाइस यार ये सारा चल रहा है, अब ये सारे लगेंगे दीवार में, और जो शीट्स हैं इसके ऊपर आ जाएंगी। 32 लग गया निशान, ठीक हो गया, डन हो गया, ठीक है। शीट्स में आप लोगों को दिखाता हूँ। शीट्स हमने इधर रखी हुई हैं इस वाले रूम में, ये शीट्स है सारी कट करके रख दी हुई हैं हमने, ठीक है। अब ये अपने साइज के हिसाब से जहाँ पे लगनी है वो लगेंगी। स्टैंड्स आ गए, स्टैंड 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 बाकी लगाने लगी हैं सारी चीजें, फिर दिखाते हैं आपको जब फाइनल होता है।
A few moments later.
हाँ जी, ये चला दिया मैंने, दाना हो गया, होने लगा जी। चले अब बिजू दा
Two 2,000 years later.
जी गाइस, तो लग चुकी हैं सारी प्लेट्स हैं, आपको मैं चेक करवा सकता हूँ, ऐसे सारी ये लग गई हैं। यहाँ पे लैपटॉप्स वगैरह आ जाएंगे, चेयर्स वगैरह आ जाएंगी, और नीचे एक अच्छा सा कारपेट जो है वो लगाएंगे, ठीक है। ये सारी फाइनल हो गई हैं। अब बाकी चेयर्स वगैरह रह गई हैं, और लैपटॉप तो रख ही लेंगे, वो तो हमारे पास ऑलरेडी है। तो नीचे एक अच्छा सा कारपेट रखेंगे जो कि इसकी लुक और भी ज्यादा जो है अच्छा बनाएगा, ठीक हो गया।
अच्छा, हमको सिखा दिया है।
तो दैट्स इट, फाइनल सारा काम आधे से ज्यादा तो कंप्लीट हो गया। तो सुबह को जो है वो इंशाल्लाह यहाँ पे काम हम स्टार्ट कर देंगे भाई। मतलब 1-2 दिन और में भी लग जाए, कोशिश तो यही है कि सुबह तक हो जाए, लेकिन शायद मेरा ख्याल है कि 1-2 दिन में भी और लग जाए। लेकिन यार ये एक फासला इधर से आ गया, ये एक थोड़ी सी जगह बच गई है, शीट्स हमने थोड़ी सी गलत तरीके से कटवा ली है, लेकिन उसका भी हल है। ये जो है ये बिल्कुल, ये देखो इसमें एडजस्ट हो रही है, तो इसको यहाँ पे ग्लू वगैरह लगा के चिपका देंगे, फिट कर देंगे, ठीक हो गया। बाकी शीट्स वगैरह लग चुकी हैं, इंशाल्लाह फिर सुबह से इसका काम वगैरह बाकी स्टार्ट करेंगे। ओके सो मिलते हैं आपको बाद में।